students, this is the balance sheet of our merchandising company. And over here, you can see on the asset side how inventories are being placed in the asset section of the balance sheet. Now, this is a trading concern, so just one head is being created like inventory. And the amount is given, that is $40,714. That is the value of the inventory. If you talk about the manufacturing concern, like where raw material is being put into process and then finished goods are manufactured. Over here, you can see the balance sheet of trading from manufacturing company. Three inventories are given. So this is uh, so this is manufacturing company's balance sheet, and on the current asset side, you can see the inventories. Like three types of inventories is given. That is raw material inventory, work in process inventory, and finished goods inventory. Now, if you see in the manufacturing, ये 160 ये दो के थे ये आपके और बाकी को लेकर आएगा ओके जी 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 मैडम मैं उसको दे दूंगी अल्लाह हाफिज़ अस्सलाम वालेकुम now अरूज को discussion on form she was a committee member यार वो so okay जी in a merchandising concern or a trading business the inventory T account or the ledger looks like this like whatever the beginning balance of the inventory is placed over here at the start and then the cost of purchases whatever material is being purchased by the business in that particular accounting period you just add it on the debit side of the T account and when goods are being sold to the customers then CGS will be recorded on the credit side of the inventory account. That's how the CGS is being computed in our trading concern. Well, if you talk about a manufacturing concern, then in a manufacturing concern, basically raw material inventory is being put into process like raw material inventory. It is being put into the process and basically production house place a requisition letter to the material storeroom and then it is issued and then it is put into process. Then we add labor force and manufacturing overhead. Yes ma'am. किस चीज़ की पेमेंट मैडम उसके बाद क्या था कि हाँ ओके मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ओवरहेड भी इन द प्रेजेंस ऑफ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ओवरहेड work in process when all the things these material labor and effort is being added into process and goods are being manufactured and we just add it on the debit side of the finished goods T account. When finished goods are being sold to the customers then CGS will be recorded as credit. That's how our CGS is being computed in our trading and done with the form in our company. Two types of systems that we discussed in the last lecture was perpetual and periodic inventory system. And in both systems, actually, the computation of CGS and annual inventory, these are the two things that varies under the two systems, and the computations and the measurement methodology is different. Otherwise, the first step that is the beginning inventory plus CGS, sorry, the beginning inventory plus the cost of goods purchased. The cost of goods available for sale is always same under the two systems. Now, this is basically the definition which we already have discussed in the last lecture. What is perpetual inventory valuation system? That is basically a very updated and inventory system in which we keep track of the inventory on regular terms. It means whenever items are being purchased, whenever items are being sold, a proper record is being maintained. At the time of purchase, we enter the data, we put the entries. At the time of sale, proper two entries are recorded. And computers and barcodes make it possible for companies to use this system, to adapt this system. While in periodic inventory system, only the record of purchases are made, and physical countdown is made at the end of an accounting period to ensure the ending inventory balances and the cost of goods sold. In a perpetual inventory valuation system, whenever goods are being purchased, you record it and you make a debit with an account of inventory. Freight in, that is transportation in, whatever the cost of the transportation to bring those units from the company or from the wholesaler or from anything to the your production place, that is termed as transportation in. For example, अगर आपने एक AC परचेज किया है तो AC अगर आपके घर तक आ रहा है और उसमें जो कोई भी ट्रांसपोर्ट यूज़ हुई है वो 200-300 रुपये आपसे चार्जेस लेता है, दैट इज़ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन इन, दैट इज़ ऑलवेज बीइंग कंसिडर्ड द पार्ट ऑफ द इन्वेंट्री, इट इज़ बीइंग ऑलवेज बीइंग एडेड इनटू द inventory. Purchase returns, allowance, and discounts are being deducted. It means whenever you want to calculate net purchases, the formula to calculate net purchases is purchases plus transportation in minus purchase return minus purchase allowance minus purchase discount will gives you net purchases, right? When goods are being sold in a under the perpetual inventory valuation system, two entries are made. First of all, you record it on sale price, that is cash to sales revenue or account receivable to sales revenue, and CGS to inventory. In the last lecture, we already have discussed this entry. But, and plus subsidiary records show the quantity and cost of each type of inventory on hand. This is a subsidiary ledger. In the when we, in the end of this lecture, we will discuss the subsidiary ledger accounts, in which subsidiary ledger account basically these are the, let's say if you talk about Lux soaps, तो वो Lux soap बेसिकली हमारा एक इन्वेंट्री आइटम है किसी भी जनरल स्टोर का, किसी भी टाइम स्टोर का। लेकिन अब उस जो आपका लक्स सोप है उसमें डिफरेंट कलर्स हैं, उसमें डिफरेंट साइजेस हैं, लाइक 400 ग्राम की टैबलेट है, आपकी 250 ग्राम की टैबलेट है, तो डिफरेंट साइजेस हैं, बड़ा सोप है, छोटा सोप है। उसमें फिर आप क्या करते हैं कि लक्स के नाम से ही सब्सिडरी लेजर्स बना लेते हैं, लेकिन उन सब सब्सिडरी लेजर्स का सम जो होता है वो आपके मेजर लेजर के इक्वल होता है, इक्वलेंट होता है। ओके, ये बेसिकली डिफरेंट बार कोड्स हैं जो कि आप लोग अपने प्रोडक्ट को डिज़ाइन करते हैं। जब आपकी प्रोडक्ट आपकी फैक्ट्री में आती है या आपकी शॉप पर आती है और आप फ्यूचर इन्वेंट्री सिस्टम पर हैं, तो जो ट्रेनिंग कंसर्न होता है वो अपने जैसे उसके बिजनेस में प्रोडक्ट आती है वो उनका ये बार कोडिंग करते हैं, ताकि जब भी प्रोडक्ट सेल आउट हो तो वो उसको स्कैन करके उसकी ऑटोमेटिक बिलिंग हो सके और वो एंडिंग इन्वेंट्री भी उसकी अपडेट हो जाए और कॉस्ट ऑफ गुड सोल्ड भी उसकी ऑटोमेटिकली अपडेट हो जाए। पीरियोडिक इन्वेंट्री वैल्यूएशन सिस्टम भी हम लोगों ने लास्ट लेक्चर में इसका रिव्यू दिया था, एक दफ़ा इसको दोबारा देख लेते हैं। व्हेन एवर यू विल परचेज गुड्स, इट they are always recorded under the head of purchases, goods or merchandises, you can use any of the term. Ending inventory is being valued at the time of the end of the accounting period by making a physical countdown. And how you will determine the CGS? You will determine ending inventory first. Formula is beginning inventory plus purchases. So let's say the beginning inventory that is 1 lakh. Let's say the last year accounting last year ending inventory balance, ending closing balance was 1 lakh. So the beginning balance will automatically become $1 lakh. Net purchases are 8 lakh. The total goods that are available for sale in this accounting period amounted to $9 lakh. Now you will make a head count of all the inventories and then you will multiply with cost per unit, and it will result in an inventory amounting to 125,000. Goods available for sale minus this ending inventory will give rise to CGS, that is 7,75,000. Now let's come to the numerical questions of this valuation system. A company has this the following transactions during the current year. Now, the beginning inventory basically includes 100 units at a cost of $6. So, quantity Q multiplied by price P. P multiplied by Q gives rise to the value, that is $600. The purchases are made, that is 900 units are being purchased at the cost of 6 per unit. So, 6 multiplied by 900, 5,400. sales, you sell out 600 units. Out of this 1000 units, you sell out 600 units at the price of 12 rupees per unit. So the sales revenue amounted to 7,200. The ending inventory, definitely out of 1000 units, 600 units are sale out, so 400 units should be in the ending inventory. They are having a cost per unit of $6, so ending inventory amounted to $2,400. Now, what is required? It is required that you need to place all of these transactions under the perpetual and periodic inventory system. So we will make transactions of purchase and sale now. Okay. Under the perpetual inventory system, how you will record the purchase, sale, and the ending inventory. And on the right hand side, we will look into the periodic inventory valuation system. First of all, in perpetual inventory valuation system, the purchases are always recorded on the name of inventory, like inventory debit, and the purchases are on credit. So that's why accounts payable credit as an increase in liability. Now, at the time of sale, you will pass two entries simultaneously. That is, if the sales are on cash, then the cash to sales revenue, and if the sales are on credit, then the entry would be account receivable to sales revenue. And the second entry that is recorded at cost, that is CGS to inventory. This is an entry that is not recorded in under the periodic inventory valuation system. And the end of period entries, there is no closing entry required under the perpetual inventory valuation system because amounts and accounts both are automatically updated. Well, if you talk about periodic inventory valuation system, over here at the time of purchase, you cannot use account inventory. You need to use account like purchases, goods, merchandises. So over here, that's the difference point that you record it as on the name of purchases, right? At the point of sale, only one transaction is being passed. That is, if the sales are credit, then account receivable to sales revenue. If they are on cash, then cash to sales revenue. And now there is a need to pass closing entries, and the closing entry that we have discussed in the last lecture is the beginning balance of inventory debit, CGS debit, amount goods purchased in that particular accounting period credit, and ending inventory will be recorded as credit. Now this is basically uh, a situation. Assume that at the end of the reporting period, at the end of an accounting period, the perpetual inventory account reported an inventory balance of $4,000. It means your books of accounts shows that an inventory of $4,000 should be an inventory. Books of accounts show that the inventory balance of $4,000 should be in your storeroom or गोदाम. However, a physical count indicates inventory of 3,800, जबकि physical count डाउन शो कर रहा है कि total inventory जो इस वक्त मौजूद है आपके पास that is amounted to 3,800. It means 200 की inventory गायब हो गई है. It means इन्वेंट्री श्रिंकेज भी कहते हैं इसको, हम शॉप लिफ्टिंग भी हो सकती है, एम्प्लॉय थ्रफ्ट में भी इन्वॉल्व हो सकता है. सो वी नीड टू रिकॉर्ड दिस एंट्री. इसको हम अपनी एडजस्टिंग एंट्री कहते हैं, एडजस्टमेंट्स की एंट्री भी कहते हैं. इन्वेंट्री श्रिंकेज, नाउ इन्वेंट्री ओवर एंड शॉर्ट इज बीइंग रिकॉर्डेड एज डेबिट, and inventory account the assets, because asset आपका डिक्रीज हो गया, so decrease in asset will be recorded as credit. Now, students, for a better inventory control, under the both systems, perpetual and periodic, this physical countdown is always made, and this physical countdown is always being compared with the books of accounts in order to find out any discrepancy. In case if अगर books of accounts और physical countdown में difference आ रहा है, तो it means कहीं ना कहीं कोई problem है जिसको आपको trace out करने की ज़रूरत है. आपकी management में, आपके employees में से कोई ना कोई है जो इस एक्टिविटी में इन्वॉल्व है. प्लस ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि कोई लूज पोज होने की वजह से कस्टमर्स भी इस किस्म की एक्टिविटीज़ में इन्वॉल्व हो सकते हैं. This is a five-line statement that is usually prepared in the under the periodic inventory valuation system, which we have already discussed. That beginning inventory plus cost of goods that are purchased in that particular accounting period gives rise to total of cost of goods available for sale minus the ending inventory. It will give rise to cost of goods sold during the year. फिजिकल गुड्स मीन्स द गुड्स दैट आर ऑन हैंड. इट मीन्स जो इस वक्त आपके बिजनेस में मौजूद हैं. गुड्स इन ट्रांजिट, समटाइम्स ऐसा होता है कि आपने ऑर्डर प्लेस किया होता है और वो रिश्ते में होती हैं चीज़ें. कंसाइनमेंट वगैरह स्पेशल सेल्स एग्रीमेंट इसके अंदर शामिल हैं. और बेसिकली आपने कॉस्ट को डिटर्मिन करना होता है बिटवीन द पीरियड कॉस्ट एंड द प्रोडक्ट कॉस्ट. और ये हम लोग बेसिकली कुछ एजम्पशंस डिस्कस करेंगे. स्पेसिफिक आइडेंटिफिकेशन मेथड, एवरेज कॉस्ट जिसमें हम मूवी का एवरेज भी देखेंगे और वेटेड एवरेज भी देखेंगे. लास्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट एंड फर्स्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट मेथड्स एज वेल. आ जाए आ जाए आ जाए आ जाए. वालेकुम अस्सलाम.